Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deadfire with me, Bring It On. Before we do the Archmage's Vault, I do want to finish exploring the area, both the Luminous Bathhouse and the Water Shapers Guild. Hello, Udine.
I see you bracht your pain, but you need come to ease it. Pity.
A venerable elf sits beside the water, her creased and spotted skin slightly flushed by the heat. Numerous scars mar her skin on face and torso alike. Her eyes open, and their sharp gaze focuses on you. What brings you to the bathhouse?
It eases my pain. More than that is an awful long yarn, and nane tad lickly.
I'd like to hear it.
I fecht in the broken stone war some 2 centuries gone by now. I left the woods of a deer for the eastern reach. I claimed to seek to protect our colonists, but in truth, I sought the glory of battle.
She sighs and touches her brow.
Glory were nae to be had. Truth be telt, I hold luckier than most. The Orlans o' Ayr Glanfath wielded blades that sheathed spirit as easily as flesh. Some of mine fellas were slaughtered body and soul.
Come again? I don't quite follow your meaning.
What happened to you?
One weird o' the will of the gods one. A farmer near a Boots log home invited the soldiers for dinner. 'Twas hairst, and the crop was rowdy. She and her man devised us a braw and gusty feast. Deer pie and salmon, a stew of cabbage, carrots, and potatoes, squash roasted with pine nuts, and the sweetest honey bread I ever tasted.
A weak smile spreads her mouth.
The Glanfathans riled the animals. By then we caught the trick, so the captain bade the farmer's family stay within. We skipped into the necht, approached the thick swine, and the arrows began to fall.
The smile has faded. Go on. She exhales a long, thin sigh.
Ah, the shelter folk, hunters and kempers bred, aimed their arrows true, and 2 of us fell immediately. The Orlans rashed us then, small and shady, visible only by the violet flames that lit their blades. We drank it that firm in blood, both sides. In the end, only I remained, standing in the farmhouse door, holding mine innards in, waiting for another cocksfeather to come and finish the work. I only lived because of that farmer. She sewed me up, fed me till I had health enough to stand. She said she owned me, but
She shakes her head.
I think we both conned that we brought the trouble upon them with our presence. The raiders had been too many a slecht at simple farmhouse.
Your wounds trouble you still.
The pine bothered me little in mine youth. I fought ye. I set flames to black trees. I took arms again, the uprising at New Dunreed. After that, little welcome remained me in the new Duke's Kintra, and I travelled northward. Yet with age, the old wounds show new depth. By my count, I've suffered 18 arrows and half again as many stabbings. That I yet live testifies to either my stubbornness or that of the gods. I ranged for years seeking a balm for the growing pine. Drink helped for a time, Svev for another. Now, only these baths, infused with Adra, dull the agony.
I wouldn't consider that a stoic option. Well, I guess it depends on your interpretation of it as well. Be like an honor suicide, but I'm not going to suggest it. Thank you for sharing your story.
Aye. Thank you for listening. Few day. Unless there's anything you need, please, let me to mine water.
The woman dabs herself with a warm cloth. What brings you to the bathhouse?
It eases my pain. More than that is an awful long yarn, and nae lickly.
Alright, never mind.
Unless there's anything you need, please, let me to mine water.
Alright, farewell.
Will do.
Rare and colorful fish swim from end to end of the watery enclosure.
Oh, look at that. It's like a little ocean. Oh, we need one of those for our ship.
The cost of enjoying the bathhouse's unique offering is 1,000 copper per session.
The bathhouse steward crosses his arms and smiles. His look holds an invitation, but a warning too. Why so much?
A prudent question.
He draws himself up to his full height and puts his hands behind his back.
The bathwaters are infused with hand-refined luminous adra, which promotes a holistic balance of the humors. Because of luminous adra's remarkable qualities, it is also a significant investment to both supply and maintain. Ganor may tell you more if you're curious. He is something of an amateur alchemist, in addition to being a businessman of remarkable skill and insight.
Next, you'll tell me Luminous Adra grants the bather eternal life.
Would that it were so. Ganor would make good money, and perhaps I would receive a raise, yes?
The bathhouse steward chuckles heartily. When have you ever known men such as Ganor to share their spoils?
You, I like. We see eye to eye on many things, I suspect.
He lets out a bark of laughter.
A small discount for you, friend. For making me laugh. 900 copper.
Farewell. We'll consider it. How much money am I currently at? Not a lot. I'm Rayo.
Is this your first time to the baths?
An old man stretches his arms over his head and yawns, making a show of displaying his moistened physique. Thanks, buddy. I haven't been in the water yet.
The cost is high, but so are the delights. I might have the skin and bones of a retired scarecrow, but the waters bring youth back, where it counts.
He studies you from under a lowered brow as his knees begin to drift apart. You genuinely believe I needed to hear and see this.
Excuse me?
He pauses and blinks at you, a rivulet of sweat working down the bridge of his nose. You go admit to the steward you're treating this establishment like a brothel. He hangs his head and winces as onlookers begin to slyly observe your exchange.
I'm sorry. That was wrong. The waters have gone to my head.
He swallows and glances toward the steward, the color leaving his face as he summons his courage. Hey, you old pervert, get out of here. The old man winces, his eyes downcast. Yeah, sometimes you have to humiliate people. They don't pull stuff like that.
Have you tried the bathing pool? Kira, its waters allow you to absorb the powers of the dead.
You're too morbid, my friend. The Adra Ganor uses has been blessed by the gods, and it is their blessing that empowers you.
I speak to Herwina.
I hope we haven't spent too much time in the baths.
A young woman takes your measure wearing a concerned frown. Say nothing.
There's room enough for us all.
She turns to her companion.
I've already spoken to the steward. We're not to be disturbed.
She crosses her arms and stares you down. What brings you to the bathhouse?
I am helping Herwina to conceive. She came all the way from the Deerwood, and I will see that she returns with arms laden with young.
Seinu grins her way.
After the Hollowborn crisis, I wanted no child of mine born in those blighted lands. This place is a miracle. Every day I emerge from the baths as a new woman, and my first child will be as strong as an Adra pillar.
She looks to Seinu with a bright smile. Yeah, that will never work.
Is that true?
She blinks at Seinu.
Do not listen. Luminous Adra is the life of the Deadfire. It can bring life to you, I say.
She rests her palm on Herwena's shoulder, and dismisses you with a look.
Hail again, fellow bather.
Herwena smiles and splashes a palmful of water in your direction. Enjoy the bath. Hello, Ganor? You're greeted by a tall, carefully composed man. The crescent moon in the center of his forehead glows faintly. Up close, the careful tailoring of his opal-adorned robes and their immaculate cleanliness speak to a deep well of vanity.
Welcome, welcome. I am Ganor, owner and proprietor of the Luminous Bathhouse. If there's any way I might make your visit more comfortable, you need only ask.
He claps his hands and bows, a playful smile tugging at the corners of his lips.
Your exchange with Amrio was observed. Such behavior is my responsibility. I've tripled his rates until he learns to conduct himself.
Ganor inclines his head. Okay. Maybe you should just ban him from the bathhouse? What do you have for sale? Moistened Cove. Sound like fun? Decent buff, though.
My friend, you return. If you require anything at all, you need only ask.
The corners of his eyes crinkle with genuine delight. I'd like to try your bath.
Of course you would. Just speak with the steward near the stairs. He will make certain you are treated well.
Do you know a boy named Degnos?
Casita Vetta's servant? The irritating one? Yes, he was here tending her just a few days ago.
Ganor waves his hand dismissively and rolls his eyes.
He tried to sneak into one of my rooms and told me a pathetic sob story when he was caught. I had the guards toss him out on the street.
He smiles, well satisfied with himself. Farewell. Alright, I think we'll go upstairs before we go downstairs. Downstairs might be a place we're not supposed to be.
On it.
Aye?
Hello?
Indeed.
Hope you don't mind me bursting in
I
like
shall
that.
be discreet.
Yes?
Oh. Must have picked it up. Yeah, Degnos' satchel. A worn common-looking satchel, curiously light. There can't be much in it. So I do really want to know what's in it.
Very
I didn't
well.
agree not to open it. But he did request that we don't open it, and as a
got
Gold
it.
Pack Knight, I feel like it's kind of my obligation not to.
What for, Cap? A light's foot, heavy bullet eye.
I shall be discreet.
Aye, done and done. Ahoy, a light's foot and an heavy bullet eye, Cap.
So we're just not going to open it. I think that's the right thing to do. I did call him out for requesting we don't, but... I'm sorry, we can't get down from here. Hey, Noah. Welcome to the party, man. While Noah is following you around, you move more quickly in combat, and your party's attacks are less likely to miss. Seems pretty good. Just click on the plan. There we go.
What for? Aye, aye.
But it's also a Satchel. Like, he won't know if we opened it, right? It's not like it's a sealed envelope. It doesn't have a wax seal pressed on it. Was he not standing right here? Or did he go wait somewhere else? Oh, that's right, he went to Queen's Birth. Well, let's go return that to him real quick. Maybe we'll get some money out of the deal. This was probably faster. And we do need money. We've spent quite a bit. And there's still a handful of uniques I would like to purchase. A group of Principe sailors approach you in the streets. Alright, looks like it might be time to rumble. Well, I'm on good terms with the Principe.
Ventre, a moment.
A tall, wiry man blocks your path. He wears a sly smile as one might wear the most comfortable trousers.
I saw you speak to my dear amico Degnos, so I thought to myself, why, Telfor, you must meet him too.
Arrayed about him are a small group of kith, well armed and armored. Just straight up punch him. What business is it of yours who I talk to?
Degnos is an associate of mine. His success is important to me, as it impacts my own.
His shrug is insouciance personified, slight and carefree. I said that right. I've never actually had to say that word out loud. Your errand boy lost his satchel. I'm returning it to him.
That is good to hear. So rare it is that I am glad of a stranger's interference.
Top4 renders you a slight bow and a crooked, almost jesting smile.
Would you like an escort to Queensbereth, Ventre? You never know what rough types may be about, and I would hate to see you waylaid.
Am I not already waylaid?
Were I a more fragile man, I might have found offense in your vulgar accusations.
His smile is sharp, drawn in irony. It promises violence. He winks. That won't be necessary.
Ah, amico. The streets of Neketaka, they are too dangerous to travel without an escort. I insist my associates and I see you safely to your destination. It pains me to impose, but I must ensure Degnos has everything he needs for his next voyage.
He smiles wide, the corners of his eyes crinkling with mirth. Man, he keeps suggesting that I just punch the guy. I'll be on my way. If you wish to follow, that's your business.
A gracious offer. We accept.
He nods to his fellows, who smile and murmur agreement.
Per Guano, let us be off.
Oh, for the good. I do like that you can hover over all the different dialects. It tells you what it means. It's a nice quality of life feature that Deadfire has. A lot of them you can figure out just through context, but some not so much.
I've noticed you seem to be frequently at odds with others in your order.
Some of my brethren don't understand why I gotta do what I do, but I'm not beholden to them.
I can certainly sympathize.
Let's swing by a merchant real quick and sell some of the stuff we picked up.
Island folk tend to prefer... Take your time. I'll give you...
It's not a lot, but it's something. That much closer to buying that arbalest and potentially the blunderbuss that we found at the Brass Citadel. I might have a build in mind for that as well. I think it would synchronize very well with the Paladin.
A cozy Fentre. You have found the satchel?
Return Satchel. Indeed.
Diverus. Perfetto. This is magnificent.
A smile breaks across Degnos' face.
I am in your debt, Aimiko. Truly.
He takes your hands in a tight, sweaty grip.
Please, take this. You do not know what you have done for me.
37 whole copper. He hands you a few coppers, a sheepish grin stretched across his face.
I will reward you properly someday. You will see.
Our business is resolved, and my business is my own. Be on your way. I have no time for you.
Ekosi, I do not have the time to talk. I must help Aveta with her inventory.
Our business is
I'm wondering if it's worth trying to sneak back into the alien embassy. I want to try something, because there was the office upstairs. Do we have a quest for them? I think we do. Yeah. We do. Okay. So I'm assuming that the actual head honcho there won't appear. So we've progressed their quest line a little bit. Also, is the cat the one I want out right now? Yeah, metaphysics and arcana are a little lower than insight. Right? Well, actually, it should be tied, because I've been investing the same amount into both my main character and Jody. The insight is 9. Arcana is 9. So it's the same. But I like the Animancy cat a little more than the poodle. Zapinawa. You see a billowing cloud of smoke behind the houses ahead of you. In the higher reaches of Nekataka, slanting shanties and buildings of foreign design fall away to be replaced by colorful, open homes with wide wooden doors, boasting intricate reliefs. Rather than pester you for a bit of coin or bite of food, the children here try to sell you tickets to a play or extol the benefits of the public baths. You turn a corner and plunge into commotion. One of the great homes crackles before you, completely ablaze. Most of the Huana stare, enraptured by the flames, but a few cry out or run for the fire brigade. Examine the house. The large front doors are open, coughing smoke into the streets, and you think you can make out shadowy movement within. Fresh torches lie on the eaves above. It seems this is the work of arsonists. Put out the torches with frost magic. Jody chants, and you feel the balmy tropical air plunge into coolness. The powerful blast of cold extinguishes the torches, leaving a slick coat of rime on the eaves around them, but the flames have already spread into the depths of the home. Well good, we needed reputation with Neketaka, so this works out great. Enter the house. You plunge through the open doors, an arm raised protectively over your mouth. Smoke surrounds you, and the heat plucks at your skin, curling your hair. Then you see the bodies. Spread out in the main room are 3 corpses. 2 lie on the floor, wounds from small, thin blades still oozing blood. A third is draped over a long, low chair, her body punctuated by crossbow bolts. Investigate for clues. A faint trail of bloody footprints mark a path toward the back of the house. So I feel like we only have so much time to get through this because of the smoke. Yeah, just pursue the arsonist out the back. I feel like we're going to run out of time or they might get away. You burst through the back door into an almost abandoned street. A group of ragged kith holding torches are the only people present. You know, one of them holds a bulging sack stained with blood. One of the kith, a broad-shouldered human in a tight-fitting mask, scowls. Got ourselves a hero, seems. Sadly for you, the boss are clear on us leaving no witnesses. You've seen their type before hanging around Dario. By the way they handle themselves, infer that they were most likely hired by him. Grinning, the thugs draw their weapons, spreading to surround you. Man, should I forget? Dario and I have history. Sheath those weapons, and I'll forget you drew them. A heavily built Amoa uncrosses his thick arms and raises a hand. Akira, it's that Watcher, isn't it? The masked man blinks from him to you. Donald? He jerks his head towards the building. These fools owe Dario too much for too long. We're just reclaiming what's his. So I don't know the full history of what's going on. And my character does understand a contract, so they were hired to do something. But we still scare him a bit. Get out of here, now. The leader's brow knits, but he gives you a curt nod. The final uncertain glance, the arsonists flee into the shadowed alleys. You glance back at the smoldering house before continuing down the street. And we gain reputation with Neketaka. So it still worked out in our favor. Okay. You're traveling the streets of Neketaka, and you hear the familiar voice nearby. Should be a familiar voice? As you follow the winding streets of Neketaka, the usual city sounds of cartwheels against cobbles and shouting vendors fades, replaced by the cacophony of a heated argument on the verge of boiling over. One of the voices rings familiar. Luca from the Defiant. And sneak closer to observe. That's probably not going to work. Just approach the commotion. As you round the corner, you see Luca surrounded by a group of unfamiliar soldiers. From their dress, you don't believe they're locals. They shout at Luca, who returns to yelling with interest, though you can't make out the actual matter of the argument. One of the sailors shoves Luca against a wall, and the hand of another thug, what's that, lug, lingers dangerously near his weapon. Luca's eyes meet yours and widen. Captain, thank the gods. I could use a hand here. Captain. The unfamiliar sailor scowls as she looks you over. You should teach your sailors better manners. The sodden fool got sick all over our boots. Her compatriot nods. Sorry, her compatriots nod. Got the S mixed up. eye searching you. What? Really? She just threw up on their shoes. We could use the minor positive, but should that weigh into my decision? I'm sorry about my mate's behavior, but I can't let you make them unfit to serve. I don't suppose an apology would suffice. Ooh. Can I go back? Yeah, we're not going to pass that. Alright, I'm going to pay for it. Give 320 copper, which is a fairly specific amount. Perhaps a few coins will clear this all up. You'll take those coins if you know what's good for you. Jody draws an invisible line across her throat with the point of her sickle. One of the sailors takes the purse you offer, weighing it in her gloved hand. Hi, friend. It's about evens things between us and your mate. The sailors walk away, leaving you with Luca. So did the first page say soldiers or sailors? I think I read it as soldiers. Luca approaches you, grinning openly. Thanks, Captain. You truly saved me just now. You return to the Defiant, sailor. Yes, Captain. Luca heads off towards the ship, whistling along the way. I really just want to make it to Pariki's Overlook. Hopefully there's no more encounters on the way. Oh my goodness. You come upon a busy city square. The cool waters of Neketaka's town wells serve poor and rich alike, yet those who gather at them share certain unmistakable features. Tired Amoa visages, yokes borne across labored backs, and tattered Raparu rags. Whether for themselves or their masters, each waits in a long line to claim a bucket full of fresh water. Speak with the locals. The Raparu, long accustomed to ignoring their superiors, pay you little mind, only belatedly realizing that you address them. One of them, an older woman, blinks dark eyes at you. Akira, it is Donald. I'm always hearing stories of you. It is said you're a decent person, a younger man chimes in. Not like so many of these foreign sort. A child reaches for your hand. With a growing cascade of murmurs, the crowd unravels between you and the now bubbling wellhead. A black liquid splatters from between the stones of the well, and someone in the crowd screams. A muckman from the Raparu cast steps forward. His boots seem more sloshed than leather, but his plungers so long he'd fit in with any formation of pikemen. He raises a hand to the curdling crowd. Be at ease, Akira. For what do you flee? I'm always cleaning these. He blinks as the undulating formlessness of an ooze bubbles up from the well. He takes a step back, shaking. Stand your ground. This may not work. It failed. Amoa drops his plunger and bolts, ungainly on shoddy boots. You turn to see a second thick ooze burst out of the well, shredding the well's yoke and scattering the pit stones. Yeah, draw your weapons and attack. Or, yeah. To me, citizens, I'll protect you. The muckman and the crowd swarm to you for safety. The shape of the mob gelatinous as it fills in behind you. Behind you, the oozes ripple and divide, each small creature falling free like a rotten grape from the bunch. They roll towards you, collecting dirt, as the crowd gasps and backs away. You ready yourself. There's a lot of encounters suddenly.
Let's go!
bring your end. Ahoy!
Arthur Worthen Raw!
That must have hurt.
A few more here than I was expecting.
Arthur Worthen Raw!
Yeah, small beating here. Let's go ahead and swap to slashing damage instead.
Just like that. Arthur Worthen Raw!
Let's go get this out. Maybe I should have frozen these guys instead.
I shall.
This is futile!
Now you be
Alright, see if we can keep him alive.
I'm feeling the strain.
Not gonna hold my breath if we can't, but we'll see.
Just like... Lantern flickers.
me too,
Well, night. It is both. This is futile.
Oh, good.
Minus 2? It's a lot of oozes.
Take him down.
I'm feeling. Strain.
Me too.
Just like...
Yeah, Aleph is gonna go down here. I'm not gonna try and stop it at this point. Well, I mean, I could try.
Get your ass up.
Alright, doesn't matter.
Take that.
Ahoy.
Alright, let that burn damage start ticking on this guy.
Go.
Captain. Ahoy.
All things must come to an end. What can I do you for?
Ahoy.
Just like it's on us.
Ahoy.
I bring your end.
Alright, let's start taking damage on that guy. While we wrap up the lesser black oozes here.
Yeah? Oh, good.
That's me.
Take him down.
That'll teach you.
Siri right fucked.
Alright, mess him up. Yeah, things have drug out a little bit longer than I was expecting, due to all the random encounters we've been coming across.
Let's go.
I guess at this point, just how random are they? I think after this we'll just go back to Queensburg and hang tight.
You'll be right screwed.
Yeah?
Oh, not out of the ooze yet.
Of course. What do you need? Yeah?
Just like that.
Captain.
Sweet redemption.
And use any of Adair's abilities here.
Hey. Of course.
I've got it.
Alright, I am going to call it here. Next episode, we will...
Yeah?
Try to get back to Pariki's Overlook. We'll see how many more encounters we come across. I didn't expect 3 in a row like that. I just wanted to get back to Pariki's Overlook so we could explore the Water Shapers Guild. And finish exploring the bathhouse next time. But for now, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.